Hello wrestling fans, it is the one and only, back in a flash, the Wrestling Info Kid. I know a lot of you have been emailing me a lot of information, people talking to me about Wrestling Info Kid, when are you going to post another video, what have you been up to, what's going on. Well, before we get down to wrestling business, tell you what's been going on. I recently moved, my wife and I and our son, we moved into a bigger place, so we're in a new location. However, the internet provider that we usually use has not transferred service yet, so I am using Wi-Fi right now. Alright, so, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of sad news. Some of you who are members of the Wrestling Info Kid News and Rumors group on Facebook read my story about the passing of one of my close friends, Joey Seidlecki Jr. Joey Seidlecki died Sunday night, Monday morning. They don't know exactly what happened, but he recently went under gastric bypass surgery 3 months ago, and he saw the TNA pay-per-view with his dad, and that night was pretty much the last night of his living. So it's been a really difficult part of my life, because I've known Joey for 7 years. Joey and I would talk about wrestling all the time, non-stop. I go to his house every Monday to watch Raw when I can, and also we would play Madden. We were obsessed with Madden, getting over one on each other, constantly beating each other, going over his house, watching movies. Close personal friends of mine, Joe, his father, Joel, Bruno, Noberto Rivera, aka Alberto Del Rio, yeah, that's right, Adam Beanie. These were all the close, we all formed like a group, a pack. I was part of the pack. We were almost like the Rat Pack, you know. And unfortunately, the passing of Joey Seidlecki Jr. has hit us all hard, and I can't think of any other better way to honor his memory but to do it wrestling style, which you all know. When a superstar passes away in WWE or any other wrestling organization, they have a 10-bell salute. So I'd like to just take a moment of silence right now to have a 10-bell salute for my good friend Joey Seidlecki Jr. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Joey, for giving us those great memories that we had. Alright, so let's get down to business right now. Wrestling Info Kid, lots of information going on. Let's hit the Facebook page right now, see what is going on in the wrestling world today. Everybody's excited about the Wrestling Money in the Bank pay-per-view, where we got to see Dolph Ziggler, well-deserved, win the Money in the Bank. Grab that briefcase and bring it down to hold on to that. Now, a lot of people were asking me, Wrestling Info Kid, did he lose his Money in the Bank cash-in when he tried to put it up against Sheamus? However, the good question, and the answer is no. He did not lose it. He still has it. Once the ref rings the bell, then the Money in the Bank briefcase becomes legitimate. But because the bell didn't ring, it didn't count. So that squash between him and Sheamus pretty much didn't cost him his Money in the briefcase. John Cena winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. My question was it really supposed to happen, or was Big Show supposed to be champion? Supposed to be the, Money in the Bank winner? Well, everybody's happy about John Cena winning. I'm not. I was really hoping that Chris Jericho would win. And someone actually brought a really good point to the whole storyline between Chris Jericho. He hasn't really done much since he's been back in the WWE. He's been losing matches constantly and everything. But there is one person who's a really close friend of mine, Roberto Rivera, aka JR, who actually said, remember when Chris Jericho first came back recently and he had the video and there was that girl that was looking over his paper and stuff, and the words that they said was, "She will come." And we're thinking, is it a possibility that Chris Jericho could be going after CM Punk for the title and AJ becoming involved with Chris Jericho, who would be the one to help Chris Jericho win the WWE title? And this is things that go all around our heads and stuff. People are asking all the time, asking. But we actually do want to go back a couple. Actually, I want to go back a couple of weeks where I wrote a little rant about WWE coming to Stabler Arena in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and why I really don't have respect for John Cena. I'd be more than happy to share that with everyone who hasn't read it. But basically, it's really irritates me because we are the ones, we are the ones that make wrestling popular. Without us, the fans, they won't have anything to perform for. So we're basically just gonna read about some interesting situations that hurt, so it's gonna be kind of tough, to read this. But I want to share this with wrestling fans. Recent emails I received about John Cena at Stabler Arena really had me pissed off. John Cena arrived in his bus and was surrounded by little kids wanting to see him. The security guard told the kids John Cena wasn't getting off the bus until his match started. This is absolutely insane and proves why John Cena shouldn't be the face of the WWE. When I was headed down 378 in Bethlehem, I seen CM Punk driving. Now, I know he wasn't wrestling because he was with SmackDown, but apparently he dropped off 2 other WWE superstars and headed to Chicago. CM Punk waved at me, put his arms up when I honked. He acknowledged the fans. Same with Matt Striker. He hung out with the fans at Stabler. Zack Ryder, while entering the building, he didn't acknowledge the fans either. Big Show, Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, even Tensai did. They acknowledged the fans. So big fuck you to John Cena for being an asshole. I would have got off the bus and made sure that all the fans got pictures and autographs. A true superstar acknowledges his fans. We put you where you are today. Without us, you'd be nothing but prototype working FCW matches and sleeping in your car. So, a lot of people want to say, post your experience about good or bad with a superstar you met, and I'll share it on my show. Let's see. Heather Ortiz, who is Nelson Ortiz's wife, said Matt Striker was awesome. He came out and said hi to every person standing there, and every kid that put their hand up, he gave them a high five. My son asked Zena there, and a security guard said, "Sorry, bud, he won't come out to right before his match." So that just proves to show you that John Cena should not be the face of WWE. Alright, so we're getting down to some more business. We know CM Punk regained his title against Daniel Bryan, which was a really good match. Almost looked like it could have been an Iron Man match. I think that would have been epic. And Sheamus, of course, he beat Alberto Del Rio, of course. And a lot of different changes here. We're seeing the return of Bob Backlund. I mean, of all people, Bob Backlund. Unbelievable. And something else that we were talking about 2 weeks ago was the fact that, hey, they're bringing back the old JMs. Are they going to bring back the computer? And it looked like they did. And guess who was under the ring controlling it? Hornswoggle. So that just goes to show you that anything can happen in the WWE. I recently caught up with one of my friends. I won't say his name. He asked not to be named. But he was at the Carson Pro Wrestling World in Emergent Square Mall. And he said Marty Jannetty was awesome. He was very cool, respectful. But Bud Carson has notified me that in September, we are going to see the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, that's right. Once I get full details on that, I will absolutely let you know. But it looks like Tommy Dreamer is going to be stopping by in Allentown, in Merchant Square Mall, to meet with the fans. Great expectations. Great on there. Also want to just let you guys know, from those who live in the Lehigh Valley area, you got to check out the EPWE, which is the Elite Wrestling as well. One of our members, also a friend of mine, James Brickhouse, he is absolutely all set. So, okay. I just checked Carson Pro Wrestling website, and it looks like here, I'm going to read this to you. September 22nd, Pro Wrestling World presents Hardcore Legend Tommy Dreamer, trivia contest, door prizes, 20% off store sales, and much, much more. Also advertised is WWF Legend Brutus the Barber Beefcake, former WWE Women's Champion Melina, and the return of Jillian Hall. A $5 cover charge will be donated to the PWHF. That's right. So make sure you stop in, say hello to Buck Carson, tell him Wrestling Info Kid sent you. I'm the Wrestling Info Kid. Thank you for watching the news and rumors. We will give you another update tomorrow when we talk about Raw. That's right, everybody's getting excited for that 1,000th episode of Raw. Can you believe we've been watching Raw for 1,000 times? I mean, unbelievable. It's excellent. It's crazy. It's wild. Add me on Facebook, Wrestling Info Kid. Also, subscribe to the Wrestling Info Kid News and Rumors group. Don't forget to add me on Twitter at CyanXHurst, aka Wrestling Info Kid, and email me at wrestlinginfokid@gmail.com. That's right, I'm the Wrestling Info Kid. Thank you for watching. Keep Joey's memory alive forever and all the other WWE, WCW, ECW, and independent wrestlers in your hearts. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
The greatest one.